Guys and gals, welcome back to Bob's Farm Workshop. We're back in the barn again today. This is Monday after Easter. Saturday I went over to Harbor Freight because I got a 15% off anything coupon. And I ended up buying this 20-ton press. What was really nice about it was a display unit, and apparently they're changing models, so I got it for a real steal. Yeah, 117 bucks including tax. The only thing missing is the pump handle. Well, I have an old jack pump handle, which isn't any big deal. And unfortunately, it does not have the slot in it to turn the valve. You know how they have like a T on the valve? So I'm going to put my grinding vest on here, because I burned up a few sweatshirts with my grinder. You may have seen me wearing that green one. So I've got my apron on here. This one has a pin across the middle, so apparently the rod on the other one will split, and this one requires a little T cut. So I'm just going to try to that's all the sizing it needs. Oh, that's in there pretty tight still. Oh, there it comes. And let's clean that up just a little bit. All right, let's go see if it works. Back up just a little bit. You see how it's got like a T, and this needs a slot? Oh, bingo. Okay. Yeah, that's going to take forever to pump, but this handle is just the right size. $20, you know. You got a big bearing to press. I used one like this when I cut off the, I'm going to cut that nub off. When I cut off the bearings, retainers on those Mustang axles, when I redid those a few years ago. So I'm going to go cut this nub off. There's a pin in there to keep it from going too deep. You got a little grinder. Right. I might paint this up, or I might not. It's plenty good. Alright, let's see if it goes in all the way now. Yeah, see there's a stop in there anyway. All right, well that's all we got. Open, close. And the handle lays right up there. Maybe I'll paint this gray, clean up the rust. This came off on a Jade brand floor jack that I have no idea where it is anymore. So, yeah, I got a good deal. I was going to buy one of the smaller ones, but this one was on sale. Again, as I said, it was clearance. I got my workbench moved from the woodshop barn side over here. So that's cool. I got that workbench built down here. You saw me do that in the last subsequent episodes. What I'm going to do today is I am going to wire the pigtail. I decided from the electrical box over here to put a plug in there and a twist cord so I can quickly disconnect this. We moved this right into the corner. It's on the wood, so it ain't gonna move. I guess it would be okay to use this flex cord as a hookup, but I bought the stuff to do the rubber disconnect now in case I ever need to pull that out of the way. So I spent the money, I got the wire. I mean, I suppose all I could just lose is the cost of the wire, but I already bought the stuff. There's the plug, there's the receptacle, there's the wire, there's the box cover to hold the plug, rubber grommet connectors. It was like 65 bucks. But let's go turn that power on. Make sure the power is off. Air compressor power off. All right. And never take anybody's word for it. Always measure. Always measure for voltage. Higher voltage. All right. Let me get you right up here. And we'll get this guy out of here. Now, let's see. I just got these temporarily in here, but I just turned it off, so I know it's clear. I have spade connectors and stuff, so I'll probably put spade connectors, crimp these on these wires. I got a pretty decent crimper. So, of course I had to take this thing and set it right here in front of the box. Okay, that's the power for my furnace. This is the power for the generator. Where'd that wire go? Okay. Get these guys up out of the way. Oops, bumped you. Told you you'd be in the way. As I said, I know I turned the breaker off, but you know what, just for giggles, we'll do our contactless. See, dead, but if I go to the hot one, so these are very, very handy, and they got a little tab on them for shoving into a receptacle, very handy. It also is a pen light in case you need to look into something in the dark. Handy little tool. Boy, look at those nice twisted, perfect spirals on those wires. That is professional right there, dude. I don't know how I'm going to get this ugly connector out of here. Sorry, you're probably looking at my armpit. Camera angles are always a dilemma. Okay, I gotta get this ground. I guess I could take this welding aid. That's what it is. This is only a flesh wound. All right, that's better. Ooh, I'm gonna be dangerous and disconnect the ground to the... No juice. I was just shorting my pliers against the grounded box. All right. There's the pigtail to the box. Now we gotta try to get this stupid connector out of here. And I can see it's got ears on it. So if I pull down while I rotate it and press the ears in, I should, I said, be able to bend these back in tight so they'll drop through the bottom. Yeah, they're almost ready to fall out now. Oh, they only had 3. I guess it's got 4. Come on. I see it. Okay, you just push it in from here. Yep. All right, there's a pigtail that I made and I didn't use. So the next thing I'm going to do is strip the end of this wire. And what's funny is if you look at the end of the wire and you look at the plug, there actually is a right and wrong end of the wire to use so that your conductors are lined up specifically correct to where the lugs are. My specialty clamp screwdriver fits this connectors too. All right, I got to remember to put this on the cable. See, so that's green. I guess polarity doesn't really matter, so yeah, it's not like it's got a neutral. Green and 2 hots. So this just needs to be trimmed very short. I've got to go get my utility knife. You want to be careful when you cut these wires. I'm just scoring the jacket. I'm not cutting through the jacket. And then you bend, and you'll see it start to tear, and you just touch. And you turn it to the next angle, and you can see the beginning of the white wire there. Now if I can pull it right off, yep. Okay, that's the right way to strip an SO cord so that you don't damage the internal wires at all. You don't want to have a short in there, especially with 220. There's some fireworks. Now don't forget, I could do this from the other end, but I'll just put that on there for now. Now we not got to see how deep this connector is. To about there. So he's got to be a little shorter. We'll cut about a 1/4 inch or 3/8 of an inch off. Make sure they're all even. Now what I want to do is I got my marking stuff here somewhere. Hold on. Alrighty, so my lovely assistant was just out here checking on me. I guess she wants to make sure I didn't croak or something. So I got those wires put into the connector, snugged down, you saw that. I just wrapped a few layers of electrical tape on here to just take up some of the wear and tear on the clamp. So now I got that. And this is keyed so it'll only go into the jacket in one way. And then you just drive these in. And they're very fast threads, like 3 turns and it's in. Now, the clamp screws, you don't want to go crazy. It's funny, my arm is sore. We went Saturday early in the morning, not early. Before noon, just before noon, we went trap shooting at a friend's house, and I was doing a lot of the clay throwing, And then I came home and reloaded over 200 rounds. And my bicep and my right shoulder are really sore from pumping ammo and shooting the gun. See, now that's starting to clamp down tight. I'm not going to get it much tighter. Okay, that's secure. Now, this is going to mate with this connector, which it's got a keyed hole, so it goes in and it locks, can't pull out. So this is just going to mount up on the wall up there where we took that box out, and I don't need pigtails up there. And this guy is set up so, oh, it'll screw on from the front too. So I want to see how this is gonna, how she's hanging. If I put that on the top, will that be prettier? No, I'm gonna put the Leviton. You can read the Leviton, so I'm gonna hang it that way. And then it just turns a little bit, a couple of degrees. All right, so I'm going to go up here and hang this. And I've got you up almost as high as I can get you, and the legs are close together. I'm going to probably block you a little bit, of course. But this guy, I don't have to strip anything fancy. I have to put a pigtail on it, though. So I made a pigtail of green wire out of that scrap, and these have like the plates that you don't have to loop the wires around. You got to twist this green wire back in with those grounds. I've got my step stool over here. These all have to be connected together. Again. They should twist right back up pretty good because they came apart the same way. Oh yeah. Bingo. Put a wire nut back on there. Got to get a hole plugger upper for the bottom of this, of course. Now these, we just got to flatten them out. Cut a little bit off. Word. All right. Put a little bit of a bend down, bendy thingy in that. Put it under the clamp. This guy's got to go on the bottom over here. And I like to put them in the upside from where it tightens. Not that that's really going to make a difference with the plate underneath it. Sorry, my elbow's right in the way. I know. All right. These guys worked back in like that. I'll get them off to the side. There we go. And that baby will come right in the center. We're going to kink him under so that he doesn't rub on the back of the box continuously. Now these screws go in through holes, so I got to take them all the way out. Phillips. Philip who? Alright, I hope that doesn't give me shit. Now we just line this guy up. That ain't the right hole. So that ain't the right box cover. Alright, well we're done for now, but I can plug this in and leave it hang. Now I gotta hook up the motor, and I'm gonna go get spade and loop terminals for that. I have a good crimper. Alright, well I got some terminators, some terminals, and so all we gotta do is take our wire and give a guesstimate of where we want it to be. I'm gonna bring it up and around like this. I'm gonna hang down a little bit. I got way too much wire. I'll just give it some extra slack here. Alright. Shit's expensive, I'll tell you. So I'm going to strip this one the same way. I'll be back when I'm putting the terminals on. So I've got this stripped back. I've got my wire marked as we did before. I'm going to try this crimper because I can't find the one I usually use, of course. So we strip these back a 1/2 inch. We need one of these for the ground to the body. Stick that through. I wonder if this will work in my... Oh no, it's probably going to crush it. We'll see. Oh no, that's good. And that's going right into the back of the wire, just like that, making a nice indent, and that is tight. Alright, so we're going to do that with the other ones. I want the indent to be on the clean side. I should always give these a good tug, and that's really tight. These are for crimping ground crimps on electrical terminals, so that's what we're using it kind of for here. Don't stick it through too far. And that actually does a great job. The curve of this was just the right shape for the plastic. Okay, now we're just going to put this through our connector, which I should have put on first. We'll see if we can fit them through. I hope I don't have to cut them off. One at a time. One at a time. We got them in. Alright. Then we got to fit the grommet. The grommet's going to be the questionable one. But I think the holes are all the same size. So. Alright. We got it. We got it. Now, out through the connector. And I always like to put the rubber jacket sticking through enough. What are we looking at here? See if I got enough pliers here. All right, I gotta go get some pliers. Okay, found it. I got me a crescent wrench. No, it's not a crescent wrench. It's an adjustable wrench. Misnomer, guys. How is it that these things like self-tighten? Now that rubber thing in there is called the gland. All right, bingo. I had to buy lock nuts because they don't come with lock nuts on them because they're designed to screw into maybe conduit boxes. Okay, black, black, and green. Let's see if we can get this puppy screwed up. Yeah, we can screw it up all right. Okay. Ba, 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 da, ba. All right. Oh man, was that the I Dream of Jeannie? What young man here wasn't in love with Jeannie? You know they never showed her belly button? What? No belly button? Well, this is difficult. How about if I twist the wire? There we go. Da, da. And if you didn't like Jeannie, you're a sick person. All right, hammer those down tight. First thing we should do is get the green ground connected. There's a big screw in there we need to unscrew. I got my Harbor Freight. Yes, I said freight. Screwed and driving. We'll get him started back in there. Looped out of the way. Of course, that provides electrical safety for everybody. The old fool included. All right. So this one's got the white wire on it, so I'm going to put the white wire on it here. You drop these screws, you'll never find them. They'll disappear into nowhere. Nowhere, man, land. Tighten those down good. We're just about done with this. And we can see it run again. I like this pressure switch because it has an on-off lever. So that's the power disconnect basically. Nice and snug. Be careful, don't break your plastic terminals though. All right, everything's tucked out of the way too. Furnace is going to start. Now we're safe. Unfortunately, I did the doofus and I didn't get the right box cover. So I got to go find one that's a little bigger, or I could grind it a little bigger. Box is tight, connector's tight. Hanging out of the wall. But there it is. Alrighty. So she's hanging out of the wall up there, but I actually might try grinding that out. I got a die grinder, and if I mark it out, I might be able to just whiz around this a little bit and make it fit. I'd like to put a clamp or something right here. Maybe I'll do that, get a bead clamp and a strap. So this isn't dangling. So it's actually attached. But I think it's fine. This is one hell of a good connection here. I'm gonna go turn the power on, wait for sparks. Didn't see any sparks, did you? All right, she's gonna get noisy. Pressure. I just got to get that cover on there, find the right one. Alright, well that's it for this one. Let's see what else we can get done around here. Well guys, I'm beginning to, great, trip over the stupid thing. I'm beginning to move all my stuff in. I've got this piece of steel I want to put on the bench here to protect it from burns. And I just had a new blade put in this baby. So, we're going to make a racket. I got my muffs on. I got my belt on so I don't, my apron so I don't burn up my pants like I've done before. It's kind of hard to see the mouth. Hey, that was like a good piece of steel to fix my fan frame with. I'm going to throw that on. Alright. I'm just going to skin the edge of this a little bit to take the burr off. Burr! Unfortunately, this is the good side and it warps upward, of course. pretty square. All right. Now I'm going to be back even with the edge of the table, so I won't be hooking myself on it anyway. I got to drill some O's so I can put a few screws in it. Screwage. And I might put a lag bolt. Somehow figure out how to put a spacer so I can use it as a ground point. So I can just ground this. There we go. Yeah, she's unfortunately she's warped because it used to be the floor of my trailer. But it'll be a good place to work with welding, and I won't burn the workbench. I've got another 2 foot wide piece I could put here, attach this in, but I don't think that's necessary. I'll just weld at this area here. And I'll grind this off with the sanding disc maybe and make it clean. You think? Okay, let's see if we can drill some holes. Put the clutch back a little bit here. These are just short 1 1/4 screws. They don't need to be monsters, you know. That works for me. I don't know. Let's try the bigger bit. It's a little bit bigger. We're just trying to catch these sheetrock screws in here. Guesstimate halfway. Hey. I'm just going to put 3 in the bag because it's hard to reach. Don't want to drill in there too deep. You got a pretty good drill bit when it starts throwing chips and slowing down. So you got to put pressure on it. If actually keeping it in contact with the metal cools the lift of the bit. Believe it or not. So it looks like you're abusing the bit, and you are. want to break these sheetrock screws off either, you know. I knew one of these was gonna be stripped out because it was so long. It kind of went in deep. Yeah, like that one too. I was putting a lot of force on it. Come on, I need a long one. Of course, when you don't want a long one, you get one. There it is. Stupid things. Phillips. All right. So now we've reinforced the tabletop. Wasn't that a bunch of fun? All right, fine. Of course, when you pound on it too, it'll save a lot. So that guy's done. I'm a little cockeyed here. There you go. It's a sheath head. This will just absorb and protect it from welding heat. I don't really expect it to be a ground plane because it's pretty rusty. Okay, it's a lot rusty. But okay. We're getting there. We're doing more stuff. I actually got the aluminum tape. Did I show you that? I actually found the aluminum duct tape stuff to put on the flue pipe joints so they'll never loosen up. And I got a new cap for outside. I just gotta wait for the mud to dry up out there because it's really, really wet out there where I'm gonna have to put the ladder to change the chimney cap.